guys, so we got a pretty exciting video today because I finally got a new chair, and not just any chair but a gaming chair made by a company called Arozzi Vernaza. So this is a soft fabric premium gaming chair, and so this is the box it comes in. It's a pretty nice retail box. We got soft but durable fabric, large and spacious seat and backrest, sturdy metal frame and aluminum wheelbase, pro locking tilt mechanism, and 3D armrest. So it's got a lot of functionality. So here's all the colors that are available. We got blue, dark gray, ash, and light gray. I got the dark gray, which should match really good with my setup here. So here's some more parameters about the chair, some measurements in millimeters. And this chair can handle up to 320 pounds. So here's the box dimensions and the weight. So we got almost 63 pounds in the box, and out of the box it's 57. Alright, so I'm super excited about this chair. Let's go ahead and open it up. So it looks like we have one strap here to cut. And then when you're opening this up, be careful because it does have this no knife. You're gonna have to go really light on this cutting because the chair could be right underneath it. Alright, here we go. And so this is what we see when we open the box. A little styrofoam here. I can see the back of the chair here, and it's looking really nice. So it is plastic wrap so it doesn't get dusty or dirty. All right, let's set that right there. So I can see the armrest here protruding. Got more foam. And it looks like a lot more parts here. The aluminum base where the rollers will go on. Looks like a little manual for assembling. A box with probably parts and coasters in it. More foam. And here we can see the bottom part of the chair. And let me tell you guys, just by looking at it, it's quite a wide chair. It looks like it can definitely accommodate a larger person. Alright, so it looks like the last part is the mechanism here. And this is where you're going to control your tension on the recline, looks like, and other functions. And I can tell you guys right away, this thing is heavy duty. This is definitely not like your typical office chair. And that's everything for the box. Let's go ahead and see what is in here. Alright, so we got quite a few parts here. Looks like some trim pieces, telescoping cover, some handles, and they tell you what they do here. We have our main cylinder that rises the chair, a wrench, and some white gloves. Very interesting. And for the last part, we have 5 coasters. Alright, so now that we got all the pieces out, I guess it's time to read the manual of how to assemble this thing. It doesn't look like it's going to be too hard. Most of it's pretty much assembled. We just need to put some of the parts together. Alright, let's check out what this manual looks like here. So it looks like we have an important note which says please remove the bolts that are pre-mounted on the backrest. And it proceeds to tell you how to install them completely there. So, alright, cool. So here it kind of tells you how to take care of the chair a little bit and some safety for using it. So here we have the manual. Nicely pictured and looks to be self-explanatory. Number 1 is we're going to start with the coaster base here. So let's go ahead and unwrap it. Wow, I love this finish. This is really nice. It's like a flat black, and this is aluminum, so it's quite lightweight. Very well packed. So we need to flip it around and then pop our coasters in. And these coasters are large, quite nice, look to be pretty heavy duty. Alright, so we should just be able to push them in. Just like that. I love how the coasters are large because since I am going to be using mine on the carpet here, it rolls super easy even on the carpet. Very cool. Step 2, put the cylinder in. So that's quite simple. We're just going to grab the compressed cylinder and put it in there just like that. Step 3, put the telescoping trim piece on. So obviously if you go the other way, they all fall apart. So watch out for that. So we got a hole in the top here, and that's just going to go right over this. Just like that. Alright, so for step 4 and 5, we have the bottom part of the chair and the top part going together. But before we do anything, let's go ahead and take off all this plastic around the chair and take a closer look at it. Silica packet for moisture. Alright guys, and that's what the chair looks like, and it's really nice. If I can get closer here. So it's like this fabric, but it's a really nice fabric, and the stitching is nice. It really does feel premium. And we got pretty large armrests here, and these things are very functional. We'll take a closer look at all the functions when we get this thing together. Let's flip this thing around and see what's on the other side. Alright, so here is the bottom of the chair, and the quality looks just as good down here. So we have nice frame structures. Looks like we have some kind of stretchy bands here. Very nicely built chair. All right, so I think we need to go ahead and remove these. And so now we have to get our upper part into our bottom part. All right, guys, so same thing for the upper portion. Very, very nice material and craftsmanship. We do have a really cool logo here, an Arozzi logo. And that little strap you saw was actually to this pillow here, and that's also very nice. One thing I'm noticing right away is this chair really looks like a racing seat kind of. Because if you look at the profile, it's quite thin. And then you got this bolstering here on the sides, and then even more heavier bolstering down below. And then here in the center, we have a really nice support. As it goes down, we have another pillow here. And that looks like it's strapped around this piece here. Very nice, and this is for back support. And check out that logo, very cool. So yeah, this thing looks really nice. Alright guys, so I do have a little issue. So on this little card here, it says remove the pre-mounted bolts that are on the backrest here, but there aren't any. They should be pre-mounted right here on each side, but I don't see any of them. And there's no other bolts anywhere else, so they should have been there and they're not. Now the only other thing that we have to mount is this mechanism here. And if we flip our base over, we can see our bolts for that are pre-mounted right here. 4 of them. So we got those bolts. So the only thing I can think of to go ahead and assemble this thing is rob a couple bolts from these arm rests. Since, you know, these arm rests are not going to take that much pressure, I can take 2 bolts on each side like this in a cross pattern, and hopefully they will work for the backrest here. And then hopefully Arozzi will send me the extra 4 bolts, and if not, I can easily go to the hardware store and get some. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take 2 bolts off of each side so we can have 4 of them. Yeah, that looks like a good size. Alright, so I got 4 bolts from these armrests, and what I noticed as I was taking them off is that these can be adjusted to get closer and farther away from the seat here. And just by looking at it, I know they're too far away from me already. So I think I'm going to go ahead and loosen these and scoot this in as much as I can on both ends. That way the armrests are closer together. So it comes spread apart, but if we go the other way, we get about 1/2 inch or so on each side here. So we can get closer together. It'll be more comfortable for smaller people, for sure. Alright, so now we can flip it around and install the backrest. So I got it against the wall to help me out. I'm going to grab the backrest and set it in there. And so we're simply just going to put 2 bolts here on each side of these brackets. So we're going to work on this side first, the left side. If you're looking at the chair with the lever, makes it go up and down. So we're just going to start these bolts and then start the other bolts. Don't tighten them yet because you want to make sure the other side fits good too. Alright, so I just kind of started them. And now we can tighten both sides up, the left and right. Alright, so we got the chair connected, the 2 pieces together, and it's looking really nice. So let's continue with our assembly. So this is what we did, 4, 5, and 6. So now we need to do 8, 9, and 10. And so what we need to do is just flip the chair over, just like that. And now we can access the bottom. And so the way this thing goes, you can see there's a sticker here that says front. And so the front is down. We're going to take off these 4 bolts here, and that's going to go through these 4 holes and mount it to the bottom. So yeah, just like that, and then we're going to tighten all these bolts and go to the next step. So for the next step, we need to put the whole chair on the coaster frame. And there we go, guys. Just like that, the chair is starting to look really nice. Wow, this chair definitely has a presence to it. So we're not done yet. The next part is we need to install these little cover trims here that go on the side of the chair here to cover up this metal pieces here. So the way to know which side is which is the little design switch here goes like that. And this thing simply just clips into that hole right there. And then on the bottom side here, we have a little insert into here, which will hold all that. So it's simply just lining it up and pushing it in. Just like that. Very nice. And you can see how it gives it a really nice aesthetic look. Now let's go ahead and do the other side. Alright, very cool. So we're getting really close to being done. Well, I guess on the manual it says we are done, but we still need to install these guys here. They go like this. The reading should be upside down if you're looking at the chair, because when you're sitting in the chair, it'll be right side up, if that makes any sense. So this piece should go here, and this piece should go here, but we'll find out here in a second according to the functions. But these are quite easy to install. They just go right into here to kind of press on into there. Same thing for the other side. So this side indicates the chair going up. Let's see if that is the correct one. So I'm going to go ahead and push it. And look at that. So we did it right. Alright, so now that we got our chair built, let's go ahead and put it where it's going to be. And as you guys can see, I've been using that little chair there and it has been a pain, honestly. So I'm extremely excited for this Arozzi chair. Alright, let's push it in there. And yeah, because of these large wheels, it has no issue of rolling even on the carpet. Wow guys, that is awesome. Like that chair just looks really, really good over here. So obviously my table here goes up and down, so I can raise it and lower it. I have it adjusted to that other little chair I had, so it looks like that I probably need to raise it a bit. So it's about 28.2, I would say maybe 30. Alright, 30. Actually that seems perfect. And the handles here are all the way down, or the armrests, and I still have room underneath the table here, so I can go up, and they're still underneath the table. The way you use these armrests, you can see that one's up, is there's a little lever right here, and you just push on it, and then you go up or down, wherever you want. And it does click in. There's increments. So this is all the way up right here. And when this thing goes up, it reveals a pretty nice looking chrome finish here. So yeah, we have quite a lot of functionality. And not only that, guys, the armrests do a lot more than that. So they're able to also move forward and backwards. So that's forward, and that's backwards. And it doesn't end there, they actually turn also side to side like that. So I know that, you know, if you're sitting up, sometimes having them come in a little bit is better. But in any case, it definitely has the gamer in mind because of all these little functions that it does. And also you have a tilt where if you pull this lever, you can tilt this whole back seat, you know, as back and forth. And this is our shock for going up and down. And on the other side we have the tilt locker. So if you don't want it to tilt, you just flip it down, and if you want it to rock back and forth, tilt it up. So yeah guys, a very nice chair, very premium, and this material here is very nice. I actually prefer material over, you know, leather, because if you're going to be sitting on a chair for hours and hours, kind of like I do, so obviously your pillow here on the top can come off because it's just elastic around the top part here, so it just simply comes off. You can pull it off, and when you do, this logo here in the back is able to be seen, and also there's another logo in front of it. And the chair without the pillow actually looks more like a racing seat chair or driver's seat, like in a vehicle in a car. And what's interesting is you have this back support pillow here, and this is removable also. There's a little latch right here that you just undo, feeds right out of the back. But in order to put this thing back in, you would have to, you know, stick your hand under there. It does kind of stretch, and you can latch it back up. So you do have options of using these pillows, or you can take them off and just have, you know, a normal looking chair. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but this bottom part here is quite wide. But I'm not a huge guy, so I can imagine if you're a little bigger, this probably would be okay. You know, if you're a gamer and you're looking for a premium chair, this is definitely a great one to consider. Or if you're an editor like I am, or spend a lot of time in front of a computer, maybe a coder, or whatever you do, this thing here can accommodate pretty much every situation. Alright guys, well as you can see, this is a pretty awesome chair, and the cool part is they do have a few colors to choose from. So you don't have to get the darker one, you can get, you know, the other options they have to fit your setup. Alright guys, well if you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button. If you want to pick up a chair like this for yourself, I'm going to have some links in the description, check that out. And also Arozzi sells a lot of gaming stuff, tables, chairs obviously. They also sell simulator racing stands, which I do have a review. I'll have some links here at the end of the video. And if you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more stuff that I do on this channel and you're not subscribed, then hit that subscribe button to see more. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.